Welcome, everyone, to the first show of the year. For those of you who don't know me, I know, woohoo! I'm Deborah Eckerling. I'm author of the award-winning Your Goal Guide, a roadmap for setting, planning, and achieving your goals, and founder of the DEB Method, which is my system for goal setting simplified. And every Sunday night, I lead the Goal Chat Twitter chat. And then on Mondays, I bring in friends to hang out and dive deeper into the topic. And then on Thursday, this magically becomes an episode of the Deb Show podcast. So whether you're watching live or the replay or listening, we are thrilled that you're joining us for our annual beginning of the year goals party.
Woo! Yeah, I was here last year, Deb. I think I was here last year.
I think you were as well. And it's okay. So full disclosure, my guests today have all been on the show before, and two of them actually know each other. But I'm like, okay, who are the most high energy people I know? And who do we have? We have Julie Riley, Annie P. Ruggles, and Jennifer Watson, aka Jennifer Weather. So thank you all so much for ringing in the goal year. And those who know me know that I do start the new year in December. But for traditionalists, I started over again in January. And then February and March, April, and so on, because every day, every week, every month is the opportunity to set goals and make new plans. But before we jump into the fun conversation, I think I'll let my guests introduce themselves, because I'm guessing you're probably wondering, okay, it's cool, Deb knows cool people, but who are they? So Julie, let's start with you.
What is going on? I am Julie Riley. I'm the social media manager for StreamYard. And let's see, I don't know. What else do you want to know about me?
Well, why are you so excited to be here?
Oh my gosh.
Other than the obvious that you get to hang out with us.
Well, first of all, I love live video. I mean, I kind of work for the company that does live video really well. But what I really love about this is it's January and it's goals, and it's time to really just kick this up. I know that we've all looked back on the last couple of years, and it has been like just this weight of emotion, and everybody kind of, went into 2020 thinking it was going to be the best thing ever. And then everything kind of went downhill. And then everybody was like, okay, 2021. And it got better, but it still was a little rocky and a little rough. And so I know a lot of people are really hoping for 2022 to be the year. And I'm going, guys, we didn't have to wait for any of that past to make it the year. You're going to make it what you're going to make it by setting your goals and by working towards them. And it doesn't matter what roadblocks and obstacles are getting in the way. You're going to work around those with your goals that you set in front of you.
Yes, preach.
Yes. I was going to say, it's a little early for mic drop, but mic drop.
But it's true. And you all know, I'm all about, you can't get what you want unless you know what you want. And how do you figure out what you want? Well, you can do the DEB method, which is determine your mission, explore your options, brainstorm your path to get that foundation. But then anytime you can restart, but it's the beginning of the year. It's the whole collective universe is thinking, great, we get this brand new, fresh start, great new year, woohoo. And we're going to talk about your plans and all the cool things you have going on in a minute. But let's bring over Annie P. Ruggles to introduce herself.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy 2nd December, aka January. I am Annie P. Ruggles. I am the founder of the Non-Sleazy Sales Academy, helping beautiful people sell with every ounce of their themness intact, so that they can serve their clients the way that only they can, instead of turning them over to their nasty, less fun, loving, good competitors. And I'm super excited to be here. I love what Julie said about 2020. We're all like, wow, it's the roaring 20s. And then we're like, this is not what I signed up for at all. And then we're like, it's okay, we'll get there. And then 2021, we were like, yeah, redo. And then we were like, nope, samesies, right? And so this one, I feel like we kind of have that fool me twice feeling of we can't let a whole nother year be determined by what's happening externally. We kind of have to serenity prayer this and take some of this internal and be like, look, no matter what happens, no matter whether we're locked down or not, no matter whether there's a mask mandate or not, no matter where like my home is on fire or not, we got to just figure it out and get it done. And I'm excited to see what that kind of battle-born energy brings out of all of us.
Yeah.
And also I
Yes.
love Deb. I mean, like, did I forget to say, like, I love Deb. Deb.
You know, you did, and then you didn't. So
Okay.
here you go. But it's yes, all of the things. Jennifer,
Hi.
great
Hi,
to
everyone.
see you.
Oh my God, it's so good to be here. So first of all, I love you, Deb, and I love everything that you stand for, your book, your method. I love it all. I'm Jennifer Watson. I am the Senior Social Media Manager at Active Campaign, which is an email marketing solution. If you do not have one, you definitely need one, and check us out because we're an amazing and awesome tool. Other than that, I'm actually a meteorologist and a storm chaser. You can watch me on the Weather Channel, Weird Earth and Weather Gone Viral. So I have a bunch of different loves, but I really love the power of social media, connecting people. But why I came on today is I have a passion for helping people. And it's amazing how many companies have had their best years to date, either last year or the year before, even during the pandemic. And I truly believe that it doesn't matter any second throughout the day, you can change your mindset and you can change your business. You can set goals. You do not have to wait for a Monday, the new year, anything to change your life, to change the course of your business, to change anything. Do it now. And right now is actually the best time because the entire world is disrupted. And when the world is disrupted, people are more likely to take chances, try new things. So if you want to start a business, do it now. Now is the time. So that's why I'm here, to motivate you and just give you that extra boost of energy.
Excellent. Well, we love the boost. We love the energy. And yes. Yes. So see, now I'm confused because I had you guys in a different direction. Okay. Better.
Love it.
Okay,
We're all where we belong
good.
now.
I feel much more symmetrical now. Beginning of it, so we were talking, or you all mentioned, yes, life starts. When is the best time to start something? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Now.
Mm-hmm.
But before we can get into the planning of the now, I want to go in the Wayback Machine, not that far way back, but let's talk about the wins from last year, because really that's the motivating factor. You get the wins, you take that energy and move forward. So Julie, what was your biggest win last year?
Oh my gosh. Last year was amazing for me. So in the midst of all of this chaos that was happening, right before the chaos had begun, I had really kind of decided I need to make some shifts and changes in my business and in my goals in my personal life. So I was setting myself up for a possible big career change. I had my own business and was really looking for something else. I had been deep in the interview process with a company that I was like, this is going to be the dream job. This is going to be everything I wanted to be. And COVID hit. And the interview process came to a screeching halt. And then they were like, well, we're going to look at June. We're going to look at August. We're going to look at September. The interview process never restarted for that. And then, so in the midst of that, somebody else reached out to me and said, hey, I heard you were kind of looking for a shift, and StreamYard is growing, has had exponential, massive growth because everybody is online and live streaming, and they need a social media manager. So at that point in time, I said it was the perfect job. It was the perfect opportunity. I mean, it hit every checkbox. It really did. And so I said, okay, this is the sign that, yes, I need to close the doors to my own business. It was time to make that shift and to go work for StreamYard versus trying to limp something along. I think had that not fallen into place, I would have still made some major changes. I probably still would have closed the doors to my business and actually restarted it, but under a whole different entity, a whole different name. It was time for a change and time for a fresh start for that. So I had to evaluate which way that change was going to go, and StreamYard became the perfect opportunity for that change.
Yeah, that is awesome. And so I asked what your biggest win last year was, and I love that there was the 2020 ramp up to the win, because it was just about a year ago that you came by StreamYard. And yes, we broadcast on StreamYard. We love StreamYard, best platform for live stream and video and making these conversations really super user friendly. And it's the whole not yet. We all want success yesterday. Guilty, right? You all know me. We're friends. You know this. But sometimes the no's just mean a better yes is coming along.
Yes, exactly. And I'm so glad that the no's came. And I actually wrote a layout earlier today of that 6 years ago. I took my passion for social media and marketing and put it into a job that was going to be perfect for growing those skills. 5 years ago, that job had a big change and left it a little less than perfect. 4 years ago, that job did me the biggest favor and laid me off due to department restructuring. 4 years ago, after being let go, I decided to venture out on my own. 3 years ago, I made a leap with a dear friend and combined forces to work together. 2 years ago, we saw a big change in that business that left me thinking of future plans. And 1 year ago, made the decision to let go of it and to go with StreamYard.
I love it.
That's quite the timeline.
All the good stars. Now, I love to think that you were doing this because you were preparing to talk to us, but I'm guessing the beginning of the year might have had a little bit to do with it as well.
We'll go with you, Deb.
We'll
Definitely
take 50% credit. How's that sound?
That works.
Amazing, amazing. So Annie, who's my newest friend of the tribe, we met less than a year ago. Mm-hmm. And you and I met because we were on one of those power networking things, and we were not in a breakout room together, but you saw that I put in the chat that I was the founder of the Deb Method. And you said,
I have to know somebody who named her method after herself. Like, this is the kind of person that I need to be friends with. So I sent a message and I was just like, hi. Your stuff looks awesome. Moreover, you named your method after yourself. Like, can we please be pals?
Yeah, and this coming from Twitter name Anniepreneur.
I love it.
Yes.
There we go. So Annie, other than, meeting lots of great new people.
Yeah.
What was because I saw that you posted that on your social, my year in review.
Oh, my very official year in review was 2020 is dumb, but I met good people. Like, that was my whole year in review. Like, and I think it was spurred by, like, I kept getting all these emails that were like these gorgeous, eloquent, like multi-paragraph, dripping with insight things. And I was like, am I supposed to rise to the occasion of doing this year? No, I didn't even send a Christmas card this year. Instead, one sentence summary, 2020 was dumb, but I met great people. Yeah, including Deb.
This was not meant to be a commercial for me.
But it's still Deb of the Deb Method. You may have heard of it.
Deb and I were very close. That sounded very, very silly. And I, like the rest of the world, I reassess, I have different, my 4 seasons are different. I've got December, January, beginning of summer, beginning of fall. Those are the 4 seasons in my world. So I've been doing my own personal analysis, log in the wins and planning new projects. And I've been debbing a back burner project because I keep talking about it. And then I say, what is my advice to me? My advice to me is to Deb Method the heck out of my project and turn it into reality. And I'm excited. I mean, even when I'm like, I can't sleep, then I start thinking about it, and then I really can't sleep because I'm really excited. But when you have that foundation, that really sets you up for success. So Annie, you didn't really answer my question. Do you have another win other than meeting great people, or is that really it?
No, I think honestly, the people were just far and away the greatest part. But I think my biggest win was actually that I second guessed myself less and therefore got more done with less stress. And that was big for me. So Deb knows this because we're buddies, but internet, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. And it makes running a business even more fun than it already is sometimes. But I don't want to say that as like a crutch or anything like that, but like it's I think what I have is just the same mental chatter of everybody else. Mine's just a little bit louder or more repetitive, right? But I would have these things of, especially when I would want to get kind of ranty or soapboxy. In the past, I'd be like, oh, maybe I should tone this down. Maybe I shouldn't post. I already posted today. Maybe I shouldn't do this, and a lot of that kind of second guessing. Sometimes I would choose to do it. Sometimes I would choose not to do it. This year, I adopted much more of an effort mentality. And I think it served me really freaking well because it's not that I followed my whims, it's that I trusted my instincts more, in that I was like, look, if I believe that this needs to be said and I believe that this sassy ass tone is the way to say it, then I'm going to trust that I know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to lean in and say yes. And then I wound up having like 15 extra minutes to do other things other than sit there and obsess over a tweet. And that happened all year. And I credit, honestly, a lot of 2020 and the ongoing challenges of 2021 with that, because I was like, none of us know what we're doing. I may as well put this sassy thing out there and see who likes it. And it worked for me. So that's my biggest win.
Excellent. And I feel at this point I need to pause because you're always looking for guests for your podcast. And I have been on, but I see right here 2 really good candidates. So will you please tell them about your show so we can make this symmetry happen?
Absolutely. My show is called Too Legitimate to Quit, Instantly Actionable Small Business Strategies with a pop culture spin. Our very own Deborah Ackerling was on my show. We talked about goals, we talked about expectations, and we talked about Ally McBeal and the co-ed bathrooms of Ally McBeal. And we also said a shout out to Robert Downey Jr., which I would like to repeat here on the Deb Show. Robert, we still love you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. And I love
that every time I say something after, Deb feels the need to be like, thanks for that.
No, that was amazing. Annie, that was amazing.
Oh my God. I love the name.
You have a real live weather. Can I call you weather girl, or is that insulting?
Well, we're doing a movement of meteorologists because weather girl has been like, they're ditzy, they don't know anything, but we're actual scientists. So we try to go for meteorologist, but yeah.
Maybe I will edit it. Maybe I will not. We will see. But you have a real live TV meteorologist. So she is actually pop culture and guest simultaneously.
I mean, that's magic. And also I would nerd out about weather.
Yeah.
Annie, I think you're magic. Annie.
Thank you. Oh my God. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me all year.
Oh my God, but it's true.
At least it's January 3rd. Just for context.
I know.
That is when we're recording this.
I'm still waiting for Jennifer to come storm chasing in Kansas. I mean, we've got some epic spring storms.
That is true.
I'm planning it mid to late May. It's happening. We're picking out dates right now.
Okay, we're gonna
ask and you shall receive. So Jennifer, what was your biggest win last year? You've had some changes and some projects.
Yeah, I would have to say I have 2 big wins. I got a second show on the Weather Channel, and also I got a new job, like my main job. Oh my God, Annie, can I have you? Like I wish you were here. I love like the excitement and the celebration. Like Annie, you are amazing. But yeah, I got that, and then my main job is I was at Agora Pulse, which is an amazing, incredible company. I was their social media manager. I got a really amazing opportunity to be the senior social media manager at Active Campaign. And it was something that I couldn't turn down. And it was a hard decision, but it's been incredible. The company itself and just the, meeting new people and, it's just amazing. I love it. So yeah, I would say the show and the new job.
So can you talk a little bit more about your shows for the Weather Channel? Because I'm just like fascinated.
Yes. Oh my God, I can. So the new one is Weird Earth. And I like Weird Earth because we geek out about history, and we look at different kind of strange weather happenings around the world, or atmospheric, even geologic happenings. And we look at, okay, ancient history, could have been attributed to this, what did, human beings, decades ago or centuries ago, what did they attribute it to? And then we use our science. We bring in geologists, volcanologists, if we're talking about volcanoes, and we figure out what is actually causing that weather thing to happen, or geologic thing to happen. And then Weather Gone Viral is like the super fun show where, it's like viral weather that goes on around the world, and we break it down, like what caused it, why did it happen, all of those fun things. So scientific, geeky, and a little bit historic as well. So yeah.
So 2 questions. Why is it freezing in California?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons why it's freezing in California. And a lot of this is due to, climate change and everything else, because it's been extremely warm over the eastern half of the United States. So obviously the western half, due to the trough and ridge pattern, you guys have seen extreme cold. But we finally have a shift in the pattern where many of you saw all the winter weather, the snow from in parts of Alabama, Mississippi, all the way up to the mid-Atlantic. They saw a good round of snow, some of them up to a foot. But that pattern change, we were stuck in that pattern where you guys were in the trough and we had the big ridge over the eastern US. But now we're seeing that shift a little bit. And there's another winter storm that's going to be coming later in the week for the same area, the mid-Atlantic and the parts of the south.
Keep it over there.
Right? We're like, Julie and I,
we got like a dusting of ice. Yeah. Like the one that came through, what was it? Sunday, we got like a smattering of ice, a smattering of snow, and then it moved away and it went east. And I was like, okay, I'm good with that.
My God. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, we're like, y'all can have this for just a little bit so that you can stop complaining about how cold it is when it's 72 degrees. Okay.
Yes. Annie, where are you located?
I'm in Chicago, home of the thunder snow.
Oh my God, I love the thunderstorm. That's where Active Campaign is. And I've never been to Chicago.
But have you experienced thunder snow?
Yes.
I have in Colorado once in April.
Thunder snow is the coolest. You can say that you experienced in Colorado, but I think Chicago does it better.
I just happened to be there for a sister-in-law's wedding, and it was
It was like raining sideways that year. It was a lot.
Yes.
But I love the sound of your show because, like, definitely in like a Shakespearean, like Julius Caesar way, like if birds had flown upside down, I would have been like, cool, it's the end of the world. This tracks. Like,
yes.
I could have been convinced that it was like Zeus having a bad day. I'm like, I got it.
Yes. Oh my God. We seriously like dive into all of that, which is like really neat, and the cultures around the world. But Annie, the fact that you're in Chicago, when I come to the head offices of Active Campaign, I'm going to come visit you.
Come on down. I told you I could nerd about weather for forever, and I don't know anything. So you could literally say anything, and I would be like,
yes. We're going to make that happen. We're going to make that happen.
I mean, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And Deborah, where are you again? Really quick.
I am in Los Angeles, but I left that weather in Chicago.
Yeah.
And now it's 60 and freezing because I've lived here for a lot of years. The other thing you said was you were talking about volcanologists, and I thought you meant Star Trek. So volcanoes, much more sense.
Yes.
Now, if you are watching live or tuning in, we are sharing wins from the last year, and so please comment or at least write it down for yourself, because having those wins somewhere where you can see them and say, oh, look how far I've come, I'm going to keep going. It's so super helpful. And we also have, Gabe Leal tuning in, who said, my goal is to get on Amazon Live and to interview Ryan Reynolds. Well, dream big, love it. Keep us posted.
Great goal.
I like the tornadoes around his name too. Gabe, are you a storm chaser? What's happening there? I see the 2 tornadoes on either side. It's exciting. Yeah.
It is exciting. We've got weather theme.
I know.
Wherever the weather, no, I'm not funny. You all know this. When I'm trying, I'm not funny. So I'm going to go back to not trying, and who knows what happens. So we have our wins, yay, celebration, gold stars for all. Let's talk about this year. Oh, sound
Cowbell.
effects, love it. So what are you working on right now that you are the most excited about? And we'll go back. We'll start with you, Jennifer, because I like to mix it up. What do you want to be able to say at the end of 2022, whether it's November or December? What do you want to be able to say that you accomplished?
Oh my gosh, Deb, I love this question. So about 4 years ago, I have a twin sister who also loves weather. She's not a meteorologist. We started Twister Twins, which is a weather and kids themed clothing line because we. I love these things. I love you so much. I need you in my life more. No, but we started this and then we both we were pregnant at the same time. We had kids and it was a little too hard to do. I ended up dissolving her out of the LLC just because it got too difficult for her. But I want to revamp it up. We have it on Cafe Press right now just so we don't have overhead. It makes it easier with shipping. But I do want to relaunch that business, the clothing business, the weather themed clothing business, and make it even more than it is now. And I also want to start some private coaching as well, just for goals, achievement, all that kind of stuff. So private coaching and the weather themed clothing line and all sorts of other fun things.
Fun things. I think the F word, fun, is the most important thing because if you're not having fun, what is the point?
Yes.
So Annie P. Ruggles, what about you? Yes, you.
Yes.
My biggest goal for 2022. I kind of see my life or my business life in sort of two compartments, right? So I kind of have two. The first, though, is I want to get 65 active students in the Non-Sleazy Sales Academy. That will allow me to reinvest a big old chunkola into making the program better. It also will mix up the kind of exposure people get. Right now, I have a really awesome, tight-knit group of students that know each other and love each other, and I don't want to take that away from them, but they deserve more people to interact with. So that's my goal for them and for the academy. And then my other goal is sitting with 2 social media managers for the very first time in my life, I would like to be fully consistent on at least one social media platform.
Woo!
I have followed plans in the past. I have fallen down on those plans in the past. My relationship with social media is a lot like my relationship with dieting. Sometimes I'm great at it. Sometimes I'm not. But normal, like slow and steady wins the race. And I need to fall in love with batching and getting stuff up. So that is my real true goal across the podcast, across the academy and everything is I need to be consistent.
Annie, just so you know, that is very hard to be consistent. So, for everyone. But I'm excited for you, Annie. We can hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Those of us who do it for a living still find it difficult for the consistency. So don't feel bad there, Annie.
This is hysterical, by the way. I was like, I'm going to be consistent. And I was like, what are my most important platforms? So I'm like, Instagram and LinkedIn. Cool. So I came up with this content. I was all proud of it. I'm in Instagram jail. I have no idea why. They didn't tell me. But I was like, I'm going to be amazing. You'll notice, those of you who share this episode today on Instagram, I couldn't comment on it. I couldn't like it. I'm in Insta jail. No idea why. So already my year is off to a rollicking start.
It's okay. You can appeal it. We can talk after the fact, Annie, and we can work around that.
Thank you. Because I'm like, I didn't do anything.
It happens
it's just
to the best
bots.
of us.
It's monitored by bots, Annie, just so you know. So they could just see something and just think you're doing something when you're not. So
Wrongly accused. Yeah. So also, yes, side goal, get out of Instagram jail.
We're going to get you acquitted.
Okay, good.
Well, you do know the secret to social media is there is no secret to social media.
Oh, Deb, you got me excited. I thought you were about to drop this.
No, that is the secret.
And when you figure out your consistency, the whole system will change on you.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll have to figure it out again.
Yeah. It's like I built my Facebook group to the size that everyone says to build a Facebook group to. And then I was like, wait, but I don't even like this. Shut it back down. I was like, whoops.
You know what the
Whoa.
best?
And I will also put in the notes, which will be at thedebmethod.com/blog. I did a session for GoalPulse on setting LinkedIn goals. So I will put that link in, and I will send it to you, especially Annie, because you can actually fill in the blank, take out LinkedIn and put whatever social platform on there, because it all goes back to what is the purpose? What do you hope to get out of it? And you build from there. But I'm going to stop my Deb tangent and go ask Julie this very, I'm going to say the $2,022 question, which is, what is your big goal for 2022?
Well, my big goal is actually more than $2,022. So I dropped a chunk of change today on a deposit. In 2020, I took my NLP certification, so the Neuro-Linguistic Programming certification. So I am getting my NLP Master Prac this year. So I made the deposit today, actually, for that. But what I'm so excited about is that not only are we doing the NLP Master Prac, we're doing it in the end of June, August, but this one comes with a monthly coaching one-on-one call as well. So I will start my first coaching call this month and really work this year with a coach consistently. And not just, okay, I've got a coach for a month or two, and then I got busy and I didn't schedule appointments. That chunk of money is spent, so I will be consistent about using it. And so with that, I'm going to really work towards still building my presence and where I'm at within StreamYard, but also kind of reestablishing some of my personal brand side of things. Since I had really let Depict go, that I want to revamp some of that, still have my personal toe in everything.
Nice.
That's
That's
awesome.
Good for you. And for those who don't know NLP, can you just give like a little quick what you're talking about?
Yeah, so it's Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And what it is the it's your language that you use and how you communicate with people, but also how you can match and mirror. And when you're hearing the conversations you're having with people, so it increases your ability to, in Annie's case, teach people how to sell to other people without being sleazy, because you're able to speak their language. So you're able to go, okay, this person is more of a visual person. So I need to be using keywords and phrases that are going to speak to somebody who's visual. Or this person is auditory, and I'm going to be able to speak to their kind of learning style. And then really not only getting that, but getting that body language and that connection that makes communicating in every aspect. So not just sales, but in business meetings, if you're pitching an idea to your boss, if you're working with a colleague, or you're a manager and you're talking to somebody that's under you, and you're able to start to create these conversations that are going to make the communication system just so much better.
Awesome and fun. So
Yes.
it's something that you're going to be able to use in all the different parts of your life.
Everywhere.
Which
You can use
is-
it with my husband, just understanding those conversations and those pieces of us going through and doing some of these activities and kind of working on going, okay, this is the kind of learner you are. This is the kind of learner I am. So when he tries to start explaining stocks to me and I'm going, you're speaking Russian and I'm not understanding, we can go, hold, because numbers make sense to you. They don't to me. So this is how I need to learn it. I need you to write it down. I need to visualize it. And we can have better communication personally as well.
Awesome. And so you kind of like tiptoed into my next question, which is, you talked about these wonderful professional goals, but what is the big personal win you want to have? And it can be for this year and it can be for beyond. And Annie, I am going to ask you this first. So what are you, Annie P. Ruggles, Anniepreneur, working towards personally for 2022?
Well, you know this because you've had a front row seat to it. At the end of last year, I was diagnosed with an extremely rare autoimmune disease, like pretty much out of nowhere. And it served as a really big wake-up call that I only have so many days where I can go, I'll take care of myself tomorrow. I'll do better tomorrow. So my personal goal, the personal win that I want this year is to reverse that autoimmune to the best of my ability, but also to remember and actually treat myself like the number one resource, not only in my business, but in my life, because I don't think I've really been treating myself like a temple or, whatever it is they say. But that's the win I would like. I treat myself like a six-figure earner. I treat myself like a business. I would like to treat my body like a precious thing that I only have one of, because it's true.
It is true.
I love that, Annie. And you will thank yourself so much, because I did that for myself last year. And it made all the world of difference, making sure that I was taking that time for me. And you're going to thank yourself next year.
I'm already loving it. It's been like 3 days and I'm like, feeling good. Like I got like a bath bomb and I'm like, I am a queen of self-care. Like, I don't know. I'm losing it.
Annie, I love it. Yes. Yes and yes.
That's amazing. And this is why I ask the personal goals question, because they work in tandem, the professional goals and the personal goals. If your personal life is great, your professional life is going to be great. If your professional life is terrible, it's going to impact your personal life. So they both work in both directions. So that's why the self-care question, which we talk about, I think my Twitter chat was going a few months, and one of my regulars said, hey, Deb, what about personal goals? So now the first question every week is, what was your biggest win last week? And then the second is, how did you do on your health, personal, and self-care goals? So gold star, because the awareness really is the first step of creating that reality. So gold star, Annie. What about you, Jennifer? What is your personal goal for the near future?
I would say 2 goals. One is to be more present. It's so hard for me sometimes with all the things that I do. Like I have my to-do list going in my head all the time. And it's just like when I'm with my daughter and with family, it's so hard for me to turn that off. So I'm working on ways to make sure, whenever I get my daughter at the end of the day, that's her time. And I'm just dedicating it all to her and focusing on her. Another one is I have a blood clotting disorder. And my twin sister and I both have it. And she actually had a blood clot and was only given a 20% chance to live about 10 years ago. So I love working out. I love it for endorphins and everything else. I stopped going to the gym due to COVID. Julie knows this because I've talked to Julie about this, and I think I'm really going to start doing it, but I'm going to start a new workout program to get in shape. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the gym right now with just COVID being so bad.
I got you, girl.
But I'm going to start a new program and maybe start coaching to have some people underneath me. But I need to do workout for my own personal health, just with blood clots and everything, but also the energy. I love the energy. Like I have dance parties at night after I get my daughter down to give me energy to like fold clothes, do the dishes. So I want more of that. So yeah, being more present and getting a consistent workout routine since it got disrupted with COVID. So.
And dance breaks are my absolute favorite. I actually did in November, I did dance every day in November challenge to raise that energy. And I think any day that you dance, even if it's for a song, is going to be just a much better day.
All right, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
That is amazing. Yes, I need to have a dance party every single day. Well, I basically do. I need to make it public.
Okay, tweet about it.
I will tweet about it.
So, Julie,
Yes.
personal goal?
Oh gosh. Okay. I think my big one is, other than just really spending more time with my family, traveling more and doing fun stuff like that, we spent way too long, well over a year, working on a giant basement remodel that is finally coming to a close. However, that means that we're moving most everything down to the basement to start the upstairs remodel. And I refuse to spend as long on this remodel. I refuse to live in this state of disarray any longer. So my personal goal is that this remodel takes no more than 6 months. Because we're doing everything from flooring to paint to walls to painting the cabinets, countertops, the works. It's time for a full refresh. And I love that, yeah, Jennifer and I have talked about the working out. That was my big physical change for me over the course of the last year, was losing 30 pounds and working out consistently every day. And one of the things I'm so excited about with my basement remodel is that we just got set up my new gym area.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That
I
is
love it.
amazing.
So
I love
I'm
Dance party at Julie's house.
Yeah.
Dance party at Julie's house. Yes. Then storm chasing after. Mhm.
yes.
Love
it. But yeah, so we got to get started on this upstairs remodel and get it done faster.
I get it. Oh my God, Julie. Yay.
Can I change my biggest personal win to painting my cabinets?
Yes.
Of course you can.
Let me tell you what, Julie, it made all the difference.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to do it. We bought the paint sprayer. I'm not even doing it by hand. We are spraying those puppies down and moving on.
I also wallpapered my refrigerator and dishwasher.
That's amazing.
I don't know why. I was just like, I need more.
Annie, so I have to ask you though, because you are clearly a colorful, fun person, and I love this. What kind of wallpaper did you use? What pattern?
So, two. So there's an accent wall and ceiling of a floral that is gray and white and has like a gray blue pop. Then the most of the kitchen is the big gray blue. Then I used a lighter shade of the same gray blue to paint my cabinets. And then I used like a chevron-y type thingamajig on the appliances.
I love it. I knew you wouldn't just do white.
Yeah, you have to post a photo, Annie.
I was like, I could see this already.
Yeah, it was, but I'm telling you, painting my cabinets, it was such like a stance of like, I own this house. I own these cabinets. They don't have to be this brown anymore. And I love brown, but I was just like, they could be blue. So you know, everybody, whatever that means to you. Yes, paint it. Get rid of it.
My stairwell is oak. My trim is oak. My cabinets are oak. And I'm like, dear God, I cannot look at oak any longer.
I feel like we were first, an episode on the Weather Channel. Now we're on HGTV.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where will we travel to next? It's the Motivational Channel. Whatever goals that you set, whatever wins that you have, personal and professional, I think it's amazing, especially since we're spending so much time at home and we'll probably continue to do so. You need to be happy about your space. You need to have the colors and the visualizations and the things that make you happy, because that's also going to amp up your energy.
Yeah. 100%. Yes. That's why I'm getting a new couch in like 2 weeks.
So Gabe has a new goal to interview all of us.
Oh,
Gabe, that's exciting. Just message us.
Yeah, reach out. And again, if you go to thedebmethod.com/blog, we'll have the recap will be up tomorrow and all of the links, and I will put that in as well. So we have these wonderful personal and professional goals. I think it's about time we started motivating people. What do you think, friends?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And now I'm going to ask this differently. Well, maybe not. What is one thing that, after living 2 years of this weird existence, what is the one thing that you know now that really helps you stay motivated and focused, that perhaps you didn't realize was such a help? And I'll start, because the big thing that I learned in the last 2 years is the joy of not going to the grocery store and receiving food at home. And oh my goodness, I love food. I love the grocery. I had no idea. I mean, I kind of suspected, because I go down the street for like 2 things because the grocery is that close. But boy, do I save hours. When I look at the Instacart, it's in the hundreds of hours I've saved not shopping in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've also made it a science. So maybe I could be a guest on Jennifer's science show, the science of shopping online. So Jennifer, what did you learn over the last 2 years that is a good lesson for everybody moving forward?
You know what? I think for me, it's that we're all influencers, right? You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers to be an influencer. You're an influencer to your own family members, to your friends. You know, they listen to you. And also a big thing about imposter syndrome. A lot of people have imposter syndrome, but you know more about things and you have different experiences than everyone else. You are your own unique person and your voice needs to be heard. Your story needs to be heard. So tell your story and you will find your tribe, you know, but don't try and be somebody else because you are your own unique person. When you truly tell your story and also become vulnerable, that's when the magic happens. I remember I was nervous to tell people, like, I was going through a divorce and all those things. But once I shared that, everyone's like, me too, me, you know, and like, I had no idea. And I got private messages too. They're like, thank you so much for sharing and telling me. And so I was like, wow, like my vulnerability can help people. So it's just, I've learned so much in the past 2 years, the power of vulnerability, but also just sharing your story and being true to yourself, because that's when you will truly be happy professionally and you'll find your tribe and community. And the other big thing I learned is not everyone will love you or like you. I'm a people pleaser, and that's okay. That is okay. And I'm still struggling with it, but that's okay. You know, not everyone's going to like you, but you do you, because life is so short. And if you don't live the life that you want to, then you're never going to. So do what makes you happy. That's what I've learned.
I love it.
Awesome. Our friend Jim Fuse is watching and he says,
What's up,
hello,
Jim?
ladies. Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy New Year to you, Jim.
Jim is amazing, by the way.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
That is fantastic. So, Julie, what was your big aha?
You know, I think my big aha was that it kind of piggybacks off of what Jennifer said, was telling your story, but you're not alone in these stories. I had a major life-altering moment happen actually right before COVID started. And it was that my birth father, who I thought was my birth father, was not my birth father, that I had a different dad out there, and getting to know him and getting to meet him. But as I started telling this story, I started connecting with others who were going, oh my gosh, I've had a DNA change in my life of some sort, you know, whether it was a father or a sibling or all of these other pieces, but that you're not alone. And I think over the course of the last 2 years, what froze a lot of people in where they were at in moving forward was they were stuck at home. They were working from there. The only people they were seeing was either their kids or their families, or maybe even only themselves if they lived alone. And they were leaving out this connection of life and of other people, and finding that tribe that you really can resonate with. And so where they got stuck was a lot of them were sitting there alone and just frozen in this like moment of time and going, I'm working, I'm getting in the hours, I'm doing what I need to do, but I'm not moving forward. And telling those stories and connecting with those other people and finding those people that are going to be with you are going to really make all the differences in your personal goals, your business goals, your personal life, in each of those, because you're going to find different tribes for each thing, whether it's working out and losing weight, you're going to find that tribe of people that are along that same journey. Whether it's suddenly you find out you have a different father, that's going to be along with people in that journey that are going to relate, because it's hard when somebody goes, oh my gosh, I totally understand. And you're looking at them going, no, you don't. Your dad's still your dad. You don't understand. Like, I wish you did. No, I don't wish you did, but you don't.
Yeah.
So finding those people who are going to understand that story and that moment of time that you're in, and be able to help you through that.
I love you, Julie.
Oh, I love you too.
Hearts everywhere. So now we're the Hallmark Channel. Okay, I knew we would come to. But it's true. We're not alone, and you do need different people for different aspects within your life. So really good. Aha. So how are you doing?
I'm
with all
good.
Of that stuff.
You know, I have good days. I have bad days. I have days that I'm resentful about pieces of it. But for the most part, as far as if the way this story could play out, it really did play out the best way. I have since met my birth father. He's an amazing man. He has an amazing wife. My dad is still very much my dad and is a part of my life and will never not be my dad. And him and Roger talk now. They communicate and hang out. Or, they don't hang out because one's in Ohio, one's in Kansas, but they communicate and talk to each other over the phone and text. And it's kind of just become this like expanded family of, guess what? I get 2 dads now.
Lucky.
Yeah. So
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. We appreciate it. Oh. Annie, do you have a big aha? Something you've learned? I gave you time.
Yeah, I've been listening to Jennifer and to you and to Julie, and I've had so many things be like, yes, that's my aha. Like community is possible online, or like silence is violence. Like I've had all of these different answers come up of like, yeah, that was really important. So I'm having problems, I think, picking the one thing, but I think for me, just because it hurts doesn't mean it matters has sort of been my mantra for a while. At the end of 2019, I had a really big professional setback and what I perceived to be like a huge public embarrassment. Public because it was in front of like 20 people. Ooh. But it was small t traumatizing in a really big way. And it hurt a lot. And I assigned a lot of value to that hurt. And I thought, if this hurts so much, I must have to dedicate all of this energy to it. And I think, honestly, that was also sort of born of being an intensely liberal person going through a lot of the political strife in America too, of like, I'm so angry about this. And if I'm this angry about this, this must mean something. And it's like, no, you're just having an emotion. Sometimes an emotion is just an emotion. Just like if I'm having a really good day, I don't need to affirm huge meaning to having a great day. I don't need to dissect why I'm having a great day. Sometimes I can have big, nasty emotions and not have to assign value to them. So when I get hurt or disappointed, or a hater comes after me, or an expectation isn't met, a goal isn't exceeded, something like that, well, then I could stop and I could go, okay, listen, my goal not being met, that matters. That's going to require some strategy. That's going to take me figuring out where I fell down and fixing that. But somebody saying, why would I listen to a fat girl talk about sales on YouTube? Hurts, doesn't matter.
Right.
So that was my biggest aha.
Oh, so we're going to go beat up these haters because we don't like them.
Got guns. I'm just kidding. Annie, I love you so much. I love that. You know what? I've never heard that perspective before. And I think that's amazing. Like, I'm seriously going to take notes and watch this after the fact and write that down, because that's incredible, Annie. I love that. And I love you. And I think
love you too.
I think you're magical, and like everything, your spirit, your soul, all of that. Just be you, Annie. The world needs more of you.
Oh, they got plenty of me. I'm right here. I'm all over the internet doing this exact thing in this loud ass sweater. Like, so, it's all good. No, but
I love what you said though, because it's easy to get caught up in those feelings of the moment. And that's those, you get stuck when you get caught in those moments. They're like a rut in the ground, and you're like, okay, I'm here and now I'm just going to harp on it. But if you can learn to go, okay, yeah, that sucked. but I got to keep going. I got to keep moving past it.
Because otherwise it's just shadow boxing, right?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? I'm just blowing off energy that I could spend doing something constructive, accomplishing nothing, literally nothing, right? So it's like every now and then you just got to remember you're not fighting anyone, so just stop.
So
I
the world
love
will beat
that.
you up plenty. Don't help them.
Yeah, don't help
Yes.
them. Don't
And
help them.
it also ties into what we were talking about, community, because when you have your tribe, when you have your support, when you have places you can go and show up and be like, you're awesome, that really also helps counteract the
Guys, I
negative.
got to tell you though, you're having a bad day, just message Jennifer and she's going to tell you how amazing you are. And she's going to make you feel like the best human on the face of the planet. So,
Oh my God, Julie, that's you. Oh my God, that's you,
Oh, that's love. That is some
Yeah.
co-love right there. That's the find your people love.
she will tell you and she will make you feel so much better.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, I love all of you. And Annie, if you ever need anything, you know I'm here for you, right?
I love that. Thank you. Considering we just met, but I know you're super sincere about it. You know what you could do? The next time I text you, just tell me what the weather is somewhere random. Like I'll be like, I'm having a really horrible day, and just be like, in Dubuque, it's currently blah 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 with a 15 chance of rain. I'll be like, great, I'm fine. I'm good, right?
Oh
You'll
my
be like,
God.
there's a 12% chance of precipitation in Galveston, Texas. I'll be like, well, I can't be upset if there's a 12% chance of precipitation.
Oh my God, Annie, I love you so much. Julie, you are like the most incredible, nicest person in the world. Julie and I, like, we've gone on a lot of trips together. You'll have to join us,
Awesome.
Deb and Annie, because it's amazing. We bond, we do all the things. It's
I
just
love trips.
wonderful.
Oh, trips.
Yes.
All
That's
the
another
hugs and all the
2020
love.
lesson, 2020, 2021 lesson for 2022. Every moment of in-person stuff is precious. Every single stinking moment, every trip, every grocery store run, it's freaking precious.
It is. It really is. It's very true.
Well, my goodness, this has just been like the most heartwarming goals party ever. You all are amazing. And when I bring people together, I expect magic, but I don't expect I'm like overwhelmed. I think that the connection between everybody today is absolutely beautiful. Before we wrap, I would like you all to gift a goal to the audience. What is one thing someone can do right now today to make their 2022 better? And Annie, let's start with you.
Can I say a slightly potty mouth word on your stream or no?
No.
Okay. She's already gonna have to like blur out my fingers from before. So let's see. My goal for people that you can do right today is realize that you are a natural salesperson just by being you, and that's not a bad thing.
Oh, I love that. I love that, Annie. That's
I
good.
like it too. I need to hang out with you more.
Mm-hmm.
This is the hardest part of any business person, is selling yourself. So really,
I mean, that's also another 2022 goal that I could give to everyone, is hang out with me more.
Yes. I think that should
like
be a
that one.
goal.
There you go. There's your new
I'm
goal.
for it.
I changed my answer. Hang out with me more.
I like it.
Okay, Jennifer, how about you?
I think my thing is for everyone, take out a piece of paper, whether it's right now or later on today, write down everything you love about, waking up in the morning, you like traveling, whatever it is. Write down what you love about life, and then look at what your current life is and how like work, relationships, everything match to that. And if they don't match, change what you need to make sure that you love every aspect of your life as much as possible, because you only live once. So you don't want to be in a job that you hate, and work, 40 hours a week. You don't want to be in a relationship that's unhealthy, that's toxic. Write down everything that you love, how you want to be treated, all of those things, and then reflect on it and see, does your life match that? And if it doesn't, You can make changes. And sometimes changes are tough, but you know what? They're the most magical things at the same time.
This is exactly why I wrote my book, exactly why I do what I do, because we have the power to make these changes. But unless you take a look around, you're just going to be spinning. So great goal, completely endorse it. What about you, Julie?
Well, Jennifer took mine. Like literally the exact same one. So we're going to revamp that to going, okay, we all, you hear it's the new year and I'm going to lose 30 pounds or I'm going to make $10,000 in my business or I'm going to, and they set these goals and then go, okay, great. That's my goal. But they don't put any action or any steps to it. So, and they aren't always realistic because it'll be, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in a month. Not I'm going to lose 30 pounds over the course of a year and a half to almost 2 years, which is more realistic. And so it's taking your big lofty goals and going, okay, but what do I actually have to do? What is my roadmap to get to the end of my goal? Do I need to go use the DEB method and create all of my steps to get my goal finished and to really break it down? Because otherwise you're going to go, well, another year went by and I didn't accomplish my goals. I set a resolution and I'm done with resolutions. They don't work. And I'm like, well, they don't work because you didn't put any action behind it. You didn't do anything other than just making a statement of going, I'm going to the gym this year. Okay, great. If you went once, you met your resolution. I mean, how often are you going to the gym? What is your plan to make this work for you? And if you're going, I'm going to go to the gym at 4 a.m. every morning. And then after the second day, you're going, dude, I don't get up at 4 a.m. That doesn't work for me. Then you need to not set these unrealistic objections.
Mm-hmm. Yes, what Julie said.
Everything Julie said, because it's all about setting yourself up for success.
Yes.
If you want to write a book this year and you only have 15 minutes a week, do the 15 minutes a week. If you want to rebrand or reconfigure your social media, take the time, make the plan, do the work. If you want to reestablish your business, if you want to use better communication, if you want to lead a better life, make the decision, figure out the steps, and do the things, because that's what's going to make the year better.
And then go find your tribe that's going to hold you accountable and keep you going on it.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely. Yes. And so again, you can go to the debmethod.com/blog for links. I also have the link to my Write On online community. Julie's got the StreamYard community, which is all about helping people do more video better and find that community together. We've got Jennifer, who's all about, well, everything, weather and email, and Annie, who's all about non-sleazy sales. So put us all together. You've got goals, video, sales, and weather. What more do you want?
I don't know.
Where can people find you? Jennifer.
I have it, my name right below, Jennifer Weather. That's on Instagram, or at jwatson_WX on Twitter. Those are the best places to find me. I'm most active there. Also on Facebook, my personal Facebook, which is Jennifer Aust, AST. But I have a stage name, which is Watson. I have 2 different last names, Austin Watson. So you just Google either of those and you can find me and reach me.
Amazing. And Annie, where can people find you?
Well, I'm currently in Instagram jail, but my new friends are going to help me with that. So hopefully by the time you're listening to this as a podcast, you can find me on Instagram at Anniepreneur. I also love LinkedIn Messenger, so feel free to message me over there. Just search for my name. But I would really love the honor and privilege of bringing phenomenal guests into your ears every Monday. And if you would give me that gift, you can find my podcast at Too Legitimate to Quit, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Awesome. And Julie, where can people find you?
I love it. So I've just changed my name so you can see it, because trying to spell it out for everyone. So I'm at Social Jules, ICT, and that is on pretty much all social channels. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, my personal Facebook page. So yeah, you can follow me there. And then you can, of course, always find me over in the StreamYard community because that's where I spend a large chunk of every day.
Amazing. Well, thank you all so much, Jennifer Watson, Annie P. Ruggles, and Julie Riley for joining me to ring in the goal year, the traditional New Year's. And thank you for whether you're watching or listening. You can have the life you want. You just have to choose what that is, make a plan, and go for it. Final word of wisdom, Julie.
Get started, map it out, lay it down, and don't sit here frozen another year. Don't let another year go by and going, gosh, you know, I'm still stuck in this state of COVID. It isn't going anywhere, guys. It's here to stay. So move on with your life.
Awesome. Annie, final tip?
Entrepreneurship is hard. If you're having a tough time, it's because you're doing it right, not because you're doing it wrong. So please try to be kind to yourself.
Oh my God, I love that, Annie.
Thank you. And Jennifer?
Take action, persistency, consistency. All three of those things, and you'll get there. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much, Julie, Annie, and Jennifer for joining me today. And again, I'm Deborah Eckerling. You can find me. I'm at the Deb Method everywhere, or you can go to thedebmethod.com/goals to learn about how I can help you figure out what you want and how to get it, or grab a copy of your goal guide at your favorite place to buy books. And throughout the month, throughout the year, every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, you can catch me live with wonderful guests to give you motivation and inspiration to lead the life you want, because you deserve it. And remember, you can do it. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Yay! Happy New Year. You got this.
Do it.